My name is Christopher, and today I'll be trying to list every single U.S. state border with another state, with a body of water, or with another country. There's about 170 of them, and I don't think I can do it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try really hard. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so the way this works is there will be a map here, and as I fill these out, it will slowly fill up the map. So let me name a border. Illinois, Wisconsin. As you can see, it adds it to the map, and hopefully in 25 minutes I will have the whole thing. I better get going. I'm starting with Illinois because that is my home state, and just feels right. Also, you have to name bodies of water, which is going to get really difficult, I think. Let's fill out all of Illinois here. We have Iowa, we have Kentucky, we have Illinois and Missouri. Wow. Crazy. Illinois and Indiana. Cool. Let's go back up to Wisconsin. Minnesota. Wisconsin borders 2 lakes. Lake Michigan, of course, and then Wisconsin and Lake Superior. Wisconsin and Iowa. And then shout out the Upper Peninsula. Shout out all my UPers watching. Hopefully there's one. Minnesota and Iowa. That exists. Minnesota and North Dakota. I believe that happens. Minnesota. I hope this is entertaining in some way. I might get a little silent here as I focus, but maybe it's impressive to some. I don't know. Minnesota and... oh, shoot. We have to do the Canadian... oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how to spell Saskatchewan. I think it's Saskatchewan, right? Superior. Minnesota. Saskatchewan. 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 All right, that might be an issue, but it's okay. We'll come back to that. Minnesota, and it's not Ontario. Ontario doesn't go that far. Wow, it does. Okay, so that part will be Saskatchewan. We have to find out how to spell that, though. Let's go over to the Dakotas. Let's get their shared border in there. And then South Dakota and Iowa. Okay, we don't have to do the and. It's not necessary. South Dakota and Nebraska. South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana, I guess. Montana. Kind of didn't know that, but cool. Montana. Still that Saskatchewan on the top. I don't know how to do Montana and... does it reach Alberta? Okay. So that little line up there, once we find out how to spell Saskatchewan, we will be able to fill that out. Let's go over to Montana here. Let's get that western border, Montana and BC, I guess. Be the British Columbia. Montana and Wyoming. Montana. No, I think that's it. Wyoming, Idaho, that exists. Wyoming, Colorado, little twin brothers there. Wyoming and Utah. Wyoming, Nebraska. Kind of forgot that existed as well. Nebraska. Iowa. That sucks. Iowa. Missouri. I think Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, borders the most other states. Maybe. I don't know if that's true, but let's see. Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Just a little bit. I think we covered that on a previous video, or if not, that also deserves a shout out because that's a little strange. Kansas, Oklahoma. Let's get like west of the Mississippi taken care of. Yeah. Let's go Kansas. Oklahoma and Texas. Arkansas and Texas. Keeping the and. That's okay. Texas. New Mexico. Oklahoma and New Mexico. That is also a thing. I know I touched on that. That's wild. Mexico. And Colorado. Crazy. Kansas and Colorado. Nebraska and Colorado. Colorado is much more south than I remember sometimes. New Mexico. There's some noises outside my house. I apologize. No, not Mississippi. I am tripping. Okay. This is more of a spelling thing than a state thing, in my opinion. Missouri and was that Kentucky? Missouri and Tennessee. There you go. Missouri is complete. And then Arkansas, Tennessee, Arkansas. PPI. Okay, let's go back out west. Let's finish the west. So we got New Mexico and Arizona, Colorado, and will they count Arizona? That's not a thing, right? Okay. I know they meet at the corners, but like I was intrigued on whether they're gonna count that or not. But I'm kind of glad we don't have to worry about that. 4 corners there. Utah and Nevada. Utah and Idaho. Cool. Arizona, California is on the table now. And Arizona and Nevada. And Nevada and California. California and the Pacific Ocean. Great coastline. California and Oregon. Great border as well. Very down with that. Washington. Oregon and the Pacific. Goated. Washington, Pacific as well. Washington and British Columbia. Idaho. Washington. Sorry, this might be a repetitive viewing experience, but I'm having fun. And I think that's all that matters. Oregon and Idaho. Chill out, camera. I keep bumping it. I apologize. Idaho. Oregon and Nevada. I know we also touched on that as well. That's a crazy one. Idaho and Nevada. Also crazy. Shoot. I know that Mexico part down here. I know it's California and Baja California. Shoot, what is over there? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. What state is that? What Mexican state is that? I'm not as up on my Mexican states as I wish I was. Shout out to the Mexican viewers. Is it Monterrey? No, that's not Monterrey, right? Monterrey. It's Chihuahua. Chihuahua. No. I thought Chihuahua was down there. Anywho, that also might be an issue. Wait, hold on. Okay. I know it's Chihuahua because that, it's like a dog, There. Okay, good. Texas and Chihuahua. Wow. Nice. Texas and Is Monterey even a state? Am I tripping? I might be making that up. I don't know what's under Arizona, and I'm sorry. We'll figure that out. Texas and the Gulf. These international borders are really giving me a hard time. Okay, but most of the West is complete. Let's hop on over to Louisiana. And MISSIPPI. I'm going to span some Mississippi here. MISSISSI. And Tennessee. That's a tough spelling. MISSISSIPPI. Alabama. And then the Gulf. The Gulf. That took a lot out of me, that Mississippi. Alabama and Florida touch, I think. And then the Gulf Coast there. Let's get Tennessee going. I think that's also very up there in terms of borders. Alabama and Georgia. I say that, then immediately go back to Alabama. Georgia, Florida. It's a band, I think. Florida and Florida and the Gulf and the Atlantic. Our first Atlantic state there. There we go. Georgia and South Carolina and Tennessee and Georgia. This is tough. This is really tough. Georgia does touch the Atlantic Ocean a little bit. I don't know what goes on down there. I don't know if they have any iconic beaches. I kind of have never heard of any. Interesting. North Carolina, we also touched on this. North Carolina and Georgia do share a little bit there. South Carolina and the Atlantic Ocean. Shout out Myrtle Beach, I guess. Did I spell that right? I did not spell it. I've been spelling it right the whole time. Tennessee. Okay. Kentucky. Sorry, I just went mute. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I have to lock in here. North Carolina. North Carolina and the Atlantic. Filling out that Atlantic coast. Wow. Tennessee also borders Virginia. And so does North Carolina, not Carolina. Virginia. Okay, my brains get a little slower. We gotta lock in. We have about 10 minutes left. Let's get it done. Kentucky and Virginia, I think that's a thing. West Virginia and Kentucky is also a thing. And Indiana, West Virginia, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. My fault. Kentucky. Okay. Indiana and Lake Michigan. That happens. That's kind of, it's kind of nice. They have a national park there, which is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie, but that's all right. In Indiana, Michigan, and then it's a liquid counterpart, Lake Michigan, of course. Michigan also touches Lake Erie, I think, and another one. What's up there? Huron. It's Huron. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, but yeah. And then, oh yes, I forgot Ontario as well, which is pretty cool, I think. It's like south of Detroit, which is really cool. Indiana and what is over there? Ohio. It's Ohio. OHIO, Michigan. There we go. Kentucky, Ohio. Did we already get the Virginias here? We did not get that. That's crazy. Ohio and West Virginia, not Indiana. For Virginia. That's crazy. Ohio touches Lake Erie up there. I don't know what's going on there. I apologize. Pennsylvania is going to be hard to spell over and over. I'm not excited about that. I know it touches Lake Erie at a point called Erie, Pennsylvania. West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Now we're getting to the small states. And I'm a little worried about that. Also, we're running out of time, and I still don't know how to spell Saskatchewan. And that might be like our actual demise. So, not really excited about that. Delaware. Actually, maybe that doesn't exist. Maybe that's why. So West Virginia is touching... Oh, it's touching Maryland. And Maryland is touching Virginia. Are we doing DC? Is that a thing? DC? I don't know. That's a little concerning. Maryland does touch Delaware. It also touches the Atlantic in that little bay. Yep. Delaware touches the Atlantic. Delaware. Maryland and Pennsylvania. I want to be done with Pennsylvania so bad. Okay, so I think Delaware actually also touches New Jersey a little bit. Yes, it does. That's sick. Because New Jersey and Pennsylvania touch. There we go. And then Pennsylvania, New York. I think we're doing Pennsylvania. That's awesome. New York and Lake Erie. New York and Ontario. That happens. New York, Vermont, New York. What is up above that? Is it Quebec? Wow, it is Quebec. Cool. New York. And I keep putting the and. You don't have to do that. In Jersey. New Jersey. Wait, can I put the abbreviation? Okay, thank goodness. If I was wasting time this whole time, that would be crazy. Oh, wait. Oh. Massachusetts. Okay, wait, hold on. MA in Vermont. Okay. It was not locked in there. Hold on. Massachusetts. Connecticut. Golly, guys, this is getting difficult. I might get a little mute as we are under the 5-minute mark here in it. Yeah, Connecticut. The coastline there. New Jersey coast as well. I think we're done with Jersey. Wait. Is that Delaware and Pennsylvania? That little gap there? Nice. Nice. Fill that in. Connecticut. Atlanta. I'm tripping. Atlantic. 29 remaining. 4 minutes. Let's go. Rhode Island. I think we're doing pretty solid here. I think we can maybe do it. Okay. My brain is turning off. That is Vermont. That is not Virginia. And that touches Massachusetts. And Massachusetts also touches the Atlantic. Oh my gosh. Okay, lock in. Atlantic. Massachusetts. Rhode Island and the Atlantic. New Hampshire, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Also touches the water. That's crazy. And Maine touches only one other state, but it also, I think, touches Quebec. And what is up there? We'll come back to that. Vermont, Quebec, New Hampshire, Quebec. Wow. We are almost done. I think we have everything but... Okay, so this up here, that touches Lake Superior. Okay, we got that done. Do we have only the international borders left? That's crazy. 2 minutes. Lock in. Is it called New Brunswick? I think it's called New Brunswick. New Wick. Nice. Hawaii, I guess. And the Pacific. Nice. Okay. Alaska and the Pacific. Oh no, we have to. Oh shoot, Alaska. Doesn't it touch the Arctic Ocean? That's insane. Alaska and what's it called? Yukon. I think that's it for Alaska. 10 more. How do you spell Saskatchewan? That's my real worry here. Oh no. I know it's I think Saskatchewan. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna lose because I can't spell Saskatchewan. And I feel like I got every other part. Let's do a quick look around. I also don't know my Mexican states. So I'm really sorry about that. My stomach just went off. I'm so upset. I give up. I don't know it. I'm a bad international spokesman, I guess. I'm so sorry to my Canadians and my Mexicans. I hope I didn't forget anything else. I think everything else looks fine enough. I think 160 out of... Okay, here we go. 94%. Cool. Okay. See, that's fine. What did I miss here? Alaska and British Columbia. Shoot. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not going to lie. Arizona and... it's called Sonora. I think I knew that. And New Mexico. Oh, that's so annoying. Minnesota and Manitoba. It's not even Saskatchewan. That's my fault. Canada. Okay. SASKAT Chiwan. Saskatchewan. I could have figured that out. I'm really disappointed in myself. That's not that difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of states. Unfortunately, I'm not this locked in. So I'm sorry, Mexico. But these are all international borders. So I am happy about that. I'm proud of that I got all the American ones correct, except for this. Yikes. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. I should have some silly things posted soon. I'm excited to have fun on the channel again. I'm going to go learn my Mexican geography. Thank you for watching.